Welcome back. We are now on part 4, gain levels. Purpose of this part is to adjust the gain levels of our instruments properly. We have a simple composition right now, but we made this composition just to determine the gain levels. We need to set the loudness values of our instruments. Our peaking point will be -6 dB, which is a bit quiet relative to 0 dB. This quietness will help us to detect the dynamic differences between our instruments. I want to play this loop again. This loop is loud. We can't work with this loudness. The meter on the master channel shows our overall loudness. We are not going beyond 0 dB, but we are very close to that value. Let's adjust our gain levels and try not to pass over -6 dB. Here is a challenge. We will start with the kick and bass. We will adjust their volumes in isolation. That means we are going to mute other instruments. While isolating them, we will try not to pass over -10 dB. They will peak at -10 dB. Let's solo our kick first. I will open the step sequencer again by pressing this icon. This green dot here is soloing or muting the instrument. I will right-click on this green dot and select solo. While other green dots are now disabled. That means those instruments are muted. We isolated the kick. If I press play button again, I will only hear our kick. Let's unmute the bass. We can simply left-click on here to unmute the bass. Now we can only hear kick and bass. I want you to solo our kick, then unmute the bass. Don't forget to pause the video. Okay, I will start adjusting the gain levels. Let's play the loop again while doing this. This knob here is channel volume, which serves as a gain knob. If I turn this knob to the left, I will decrease the volume of our kick. I will go for -12 dB as a starting point. Let's check the values on our meters. Kick is assigned to mixer's insert 1 channel. That means insert 1 channel will only monitor our kick's peaks. But master channel, however, will monitor our overall loudness. That includes our bass as well. Bass is playing, but I can't see any movement on other insert channels. Where is bass? I will return to our step sequencer. Here's our instruments. But this up and down arrow slot here, which belongs to our bass, seems undefined. Let's take a look at our kick. Here's our solo mute dot. Here is gain knob and a number. If I move my cursor here, I can see that this number is target mixer track. That means kick goes to mixer insert 1. Take a look at our snap or hi-hat. Snap goes to insert 2 and hi-hat goes to insert 3. Let's assign our bass then. I will assign this bass to our 5th insert channel by left-clicking and dragging my mouse upwards. It seems our bass is now on insert 5. Let's play the loop again. Now I can see the bass on the mixer. I want you to assign our bass to insert 5. You can pause the video while doing this. This mixer interface is pretty small. We can make it bigger. First, I will double click on here to expand the mixer. And here is the mixer layout option. Default is compact. I will change this by clicking on it and choose extra large to make things easier. Now our mixer is bigger. Let's check our kick by looking at the insert 1 channel. If I move my cursor to this area, I can see the value of the peak. It peaks at -15 dB. The top left of our screen shows the value. What about bass? Bass peaks around -11 dB. Kick seems fine, but we have to decrease the volume of bass. My first attempt is to set the volume to -10 dB. Let's hear both of them and check the meter. If I move my cursor to master channel and select it, I can see our overall values. Kick and bass are playing right now and they're peaking at -10.05 dB. Our target peak was -10 dB, but -10.05 is decent. I want you to make these two instruments peak at -10 dB. My kick's gain knob value was -12 dB, and I set my bass gain knob to -10 dB. Don't forget to pause the video. Okay, then let's go for our other instruments. I will solo the snap this time by right-clicking on this green dot and selecting Solo option. Let's check its peak. Peak is around -12 dB. If we hear them at the same time, we can hear the dynamic difference. I will unmute the kick and bass to hear the difference between sound levels. The snap is a bit loud and needs a slight decrease. Let's set its gain to -8.5 dB. I want you to set our snap's gain to -8.5 dB. You can pause the video while doing this. Well, if I solo my hi-hat, I can see it peaks around -8 dB. It is the loudest piece of our project. Also, hi-hat sounds harsh. I will decrease the gain to -14 dB. I want you to set our hat's gain to minus 14 dB. You can pause the video while doing this. Time to adjust the gain levels of our piano. But first, I will assign this piano to insert 6th channel. Now, our piano is assigned to our mixer's 6th channel. I will solo it before decreasing. It peaks around minus 10 dB and is a bit loud. I will set its gain to minus 8 dB. I want you to set our piano's gain to minus 8 dB. Don't forget to pause the video. Let's hear all of them and check our meters. If I go to master channel to analyze the peak levels, I see that our loudest part of this loop is minus 6 dB. We reached our goals. 1. Our peak is now minus 6 dB. 2. We are not clipping our mix. 3. We are not too loud or quiet. We learned how to adjust gain levels while setting a peaking point. Save this project and open a new one. Here is your performance task. Create a loop which consists of a drum beat, bass line and a melody you like. Remove the limiter on the master channel and replace it with Spectrum Analyzer. Your target peaking point will be minus 5 dB. Try not to pass over minus 5 dB while playing the whole loop. Check your meters, use your Spectrum Analyzer. Purpose of this task is to get used to gain controls and dynamic behaviors. Now we can start composing. Next part is part 5, composition process. We will make a bouncy hip-hop loop. If you like this video, leave us a comment. Want to learn more? Hit the subscribe button. See you on the next part.